Guys, welcome back to another video with Juan Morazam, and in today's video I'm gonna be showing you how to create a subdomain for your blog. For this we're gonna be using WordPress and Amazon Web Services, and as we can see right here we have our landing page moraza.one, and our subdomain is gonna be something like here. Alright, so from the top we can see that we got a subdomain, which is blog, and also we got HTTPS connection. We're gonna cover all of that in this video. Also, you can see that we have different pages. If I go to here, you're gonna see the blog page, and in here we see the post that I have made. Also, if I click in one of the posts, you're gonna be able to see the title of the post. You can create subheadings, add links, add images, and if I scroll all the way to the bottom, you're gonna be able to embed your own YouTube videos so people can watch them. Another thing that I'm not gonna cover in this video, but you're gonna be able to do with this post is track your traffic, who's looking at your content, what time, and much more. But in this video we're gonna cover how can you post your subdomain using your blog, so that way in the future videos you can create something like this. So let's jump into it. Alright guys, a little recap. So in our previous videos I have shown you how to deploy your own website using a free personalized domain, and also I've shown you how to use a paid domain, also personalized. So if you've been following those videos, you can continue with step 1 here. But if you have not watched those and you only want to create a blog for your site, I'm gonna leave a timestamp so you can jump into that one, and it's gonna be applicable for any new website that you create, either with subdomain or domain. For this project we're gonna need a few things. I already mentioned that this is gonna be a blog, and for our blog we're gonna be using WordPress. It's a CMS, content management system, which is open source and is free, so that's gonna be free. We're also gonna still utilize Netlify if you have your personalized domain, or not personalized domain, but if you have your personal site where you have your links. Otherwise, if you're new to this video and you have not seen the previous videos, then you don't have to worry about this step. This is just to keep our landing page and our subdomain in different hostings. Another thing that we're gonna utilize is AWS, Amazon Web Services. And for Amazon Web Services, we're gonna pay for the EC2 and Route 53. These are paid services, so unfortunately those are not free, and we're gonna be using Route 53 to delegate our domains, so the people can access it all over the world. And last but not least is our domain register. In this case we have GoDaddy, but if you have Google domains or other provider, the steps are pretty similar. So yeah, let's jump into it. So the first things first, we have our site, and we're using Moraza1, but since this is my live site, I'm gonna be using another one that I created, which I have a bunch of websites, and this one is called morazajuan.com. So it's pretty much it's in the same step as I left from the previous videos. Just the only thing that changes is the domain name, but it's pretty much the same thing. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna delete our domain from Netlify. So you go to the site page, you go to domain settings, and right here we want to remove domain, and we click remove. And from here I think we also want to remove it from domain, so we go into our name and then click domains, and let's just remove it from here as well, and we scroll all the way to the bottom and delete DNS. So right here is gonna ask us to copy the name or to retype the name of the domain. We enter Juan Moraza or morazajuan.com and delete it. And as we can see, it's no longer here, so that's good. Alright, so next step is we're gonna bring it to AWS. Keep in mind that our personal site, which has the links, is still gonna be hosted in GitHub. Therefore, we're not gonna be paying any hosting for the site. The only hosting that we're gonna be paying is going to be for the blog site. But for GitHub, we're not gonna pay anything, so that's good. That's why I'm doing it like this structure. So we go to AWS. Alright, so now that we're in AWS, you can see that I'm already signed in. You're gonna need to create an account for this. After that, you're gonna be having like this UI. We're gonna search for Route 53, so we can see pops up right away. We click on it, and then if you don't have any hosted zones, you need to create one. I already have one, so I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna create one for the domain that I have, so I'm gonna click here, create hosted zone, and I'm gonna enter the domain that I told you in the beginning, which is moraza1.com. and you can scroll down here. You don't worry about anything else, just click create hosted zone, and we can see that we have created a hosted zone successfully. Now the next step is that we're gonna go to our domain register. In my case, I have a GoDaddy, so I go to GoDaddy and I go to my domain server. So I'm gonna look for my domain, and it's this one right here. So I click this button and click on manage DNS, domain name servers. And right here we can see that we have the domain, we have the name servers from Netlify. We're gonna replace this with the ones from Route 53, which are this. So let's copy one by one. Alright, so now that we have entered all our domain or name servers, we click save. We say yes, I consent. And right here we see that they have been successfully added into our domain register, which is GoDaddy. Alright, so now that we have created our hosted zone, next thing that we want to do is create a record. So that way we can point it to Netlify. That way they can deploy our site. So the record is gonna be type A. And for the IP, let's go into our site and go to sites. Alright, so this was the site that was using the Moraza Juan domain. So we click on this one again, and we click on domain settings, and right here we're gonna add custom domain, which is the one that we had before earlier, Moraza Juan. But this time GoDaddy is not pointing to the name servers of Netlify. Now GoDaddy is pointing to the name servers of Route 53, so that's good. So now we click add domain. The next thing that you want to do is refresh site, and you're gonna see that this is yellow, so we click on check DNS configuration, and this is the IP that we want to copy it on Route 53. So right here we copy that IP and we create record. So now Route 53, it has a record type A pointing to the IP of Netlify. So if we go here, this is the one that it has. So now just give it some time and refresh the site. And if we go to our morazajuan.com, we're gonna see that it has Moraza Juan work in the site. So that's perfect. We basically are in step one, but now using Amazon Web Service Route 53. Now after that, let's go and add or create our EC2 instance. EC2. We click on this first option, and right here we're gonna create an instance. So click in instances. It says that I'm running one, and it's because I'm running for the one Moraza.1. But if you created an account, you're not gonna have anything. So you click right here, launch instances, and right here you can put your name. So or whatever. This is just for you, for reference. I'm gonna put morazajuan.com. And right here we're gonna scroll to this search bar, and we're gonna look for WordPress, and click enter. The typical total price for this instance is gonna be around $0.019, which is less than 2 pennies at the hour. We click on continue, and right here you leave everything the same. Alright, so from here we're gonna click on key pair, and if you don't have a key created, just click here, create one, name it whatever, and it's gonna download a file. Make sure that you save the key and you don't share it with anyone, because if you share this and other people can access your website and do like bad things to your site, so keep it safe because we're gonna need it later on in the video. So I'm not gonna create one because I already have one, but as I said, it's gonna be downloaded. And we click launch instance. So our instance was launched successfully, so we can click here in instances, and we can see that we have two instances running. This is the new one. It's gonna take a few minutes to initialize. So right here you see the status check. If I click here on the instance ID and I go to the public IPv4 DNS, you're gonna see that it's still loading, so just give it some time. You can check the status on the instances page and make sure that it's all green, so let's just wait. Alright, so it's been a few minutes and we can see that it's already live. Alright, next thing that we want to do is add new records to Route 53, so we can add our subdomain. Our subdomain is going to be pointing to blog. It's gonna be blog.morazajuan.com, and it's gonna be pointing to the site that we just created using EC2 instance, which is our WordPress site. So right here we create another record, and this time the subdomain is gonna be blog. It's gonna be type A, and the value is gonna be if we go here to the instance, this is gonna be the one, public IPv4 address. Don't confuse it with this one, IPv4 DNS. They take you to the same website, but it's different address. So let's copy this one. We paste it right here and create record. Alright, so we're gonna create another one, and the other one is gonna be www.blog.morazajuan.com. It's gonna be also type A, but this is gonna be an alias. And the reason we're doing this is because so that way it doesn't take you to two different places, or it doesn't complain. So it's simplicity. So we click on alias to another record in this hosted zone. We look for blog.morazajuan.com and create record. Alright, so we have created our two records, and if we go to this link, we should see that we have our blog created. I know it looks a little bit different, and that's because my blog I added some styles and did some modifications, but in another video I'm gonna show you how to do that. Right now we just create our blog page and a way to create content, which in this case is articles. Alright, so next thing is that we want to access our blog, but if I click I type at the end /admin, I don't have any credentials to enter this. So where do I get this? We're gonna go to terminal if you're in Mac, but if you're in Windows you can download Git Bash. You can download it here. You can even download it for Mac, but I don't think you need it. It's already built in. But for Windows we need Git Bash, so you can download it here, install it, and once you open, it's gonna look something like this. Alright, so what we're gonna do is open it, and we're gonna type cd, which is change directory. We're gonna go to the folder where our key is living. Remember how we downloaded our key and told you to keep it in a safe place? Now bring it, and I have it right here in this folder. I'm just gonna drag it here and delete the last part of which is the file name, and enter click. And if I do ls, you're gonna see that the file that exists there is the key, so we're good there. Alright, next thing that we want to do is run the following command, and this is gonna edit some of the permissions in the key so we can use it later on to access our instance. So we do chmod 400 in the file name. If this depends on whatever file name you enter, you click enter, and then we go to instance right here, and in order to connect through the Git Bash, we can click connect, and it's gonna give you some instructions. So this is instructions I told you to do on the file. Next thing to do is copy this whole thing and paste it right here. And there's only one thing that we want to change, which is the user, and it's not admin. We want to change it to Bitnami, because that's the name of the instance that we created for to host our WordPress. We click enter. It's gonna ask you some things like, are you sure you want to continue? We say yes, and we can see that we were able to log into our cloud instance, but because we can see this message. So now what we want to do next is we want to make sure that this instance has a HTTPS connection. So in order to do that, we go to our Git bash, and we want to type the following command. All of this I'm gonna put in the description below, so don't worry about that. So I'm gonna paste it, and it's gonna take some time, so just be patient. Right here we wanna enter the domains that we wanna have a HTTPS connection. So we write our blog blog.morazajuan.com, and another one is the other one that we added, www.blog.morazajuan.com, and we click enter. And if you see that there was an error or something, it's probably because it hasn't like settled the records. Just give it some time and try maybe in 1 hour. But if everything was successful, you should see something like this. And right here it says enable HTTP to HTTPS redirection. Yes, that's what we want. And this is what I was telling you, it was important to have the other www. So enable non-w to www. It's up to you. I will say no, but for this one, enable www to non-w, I will say yes, because I think it's shorter domain, easy to remember, and yep, I think I personally like it. Click yes, and right here you're gonna enter an email address. So I'm gonna enter an email address. Alright, so do you agree to let's yes, click yes, and just wait. This is gonna take another time, so just be patient, and that should be it. So let's go to our domain and check to see if it has HTTP connection. So it's blog.morazajuan.com, and we have HTTPS connection, so that's good. Alright, so now let's access our blog. So in order to access your blog, you type your domain name and where you install WordPress, and towards the end you type /admin, and it's gonna ask you to enter the credentials. I don't have the credentials, so where do we get them? In order to get the credentials, we're gonna go to our EC2 interface, go to instances, and right here you wanna do right click on the instance that we just created, and yeah, you click monitor and troubleshoot, and then you get system log. And right here I don't worry about this because I'm gonna delete this, so but if you're doing it, just be careful, this is sensitive data. You scroll up and you're gonna see that right here it has your credentials. So the username is user and the password is this. So I copy this, go here, the user is user, and the password I copy it, which is this big password. Login, and we are in our dashboard. So now let's do something real quick. We're gonna create our first post. So let's create our post, add new, and we're gonna put my first post. And this is very cool because you can add so many stuff. You can add videos, text, images, pretty much that you've seen in other blogs online. You can do it here. So this is my title. I'm gonna add some image. But once you have finished your video, your post, you can publish it or save as a draft if you want to continue later on. I'm just gonna publish it so you see how it looks. I click publish, and you'll see that you get a notification right here. You click view post, and there you have it. You have your post. You can go to users blog. You can see that the post was added right here, my first post. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it and you learned something new. If you have any suggestions or ideas of what would you like me to cover in the next video, because I'm gonna be talking about how can you make your blog better, feel free to leave them on the comment section. Also, don't forget to ring the notification bell so that way you get a notification when I publish the next video. And as always, thank you for watching and see you to the next one.